如果主词是代名词，代名词在前，主词在后，这样了解吗？所以要记得它主词的变化。
没有家就没有教育 ，No home, no education。艺弘文教让31带大家一起共同学习，从家开始落实基础教育。0800311717。
您现在收看的是华视教育文化频道。
接下来要播出的是空中英语教室。
Studio Classroom is on the air. It's a place to learn and a place to share. Connect with others everywhere. There are things to learn and there's things to know. So please stay tuned and watch the show.
Oh, hey everyone! Welcome to Studio Classroom, the place where exciting things happen. My name is Gabe, and I'm very glad you could join us here today. But just hold on for a moment. I think we need to pause the show for just a little bit. I can't believe it's not here. I thought I put it in my pocket, but it's not here. What did I do with it? I might need to run home. But wait a minute, I can't do that. I can't miss the show. Maybe during one of the breaks. Rebecca will never let me go home. What am I going to do? I'm sorry, everyone. It's just that I forgot my cell phone this morning. It makes me feel like I'm missing something really important. Well, I will try to teach today without it, I guess. Put on a happy face, Gabe. Okay. Today we are continuing our lesson from yesterday called How Long Could You Last Without Your Mobile Phone? That is such a good question, especially for a guy in my situation. I will try to last an hour without my phone. Oh, it's going to be hard. Okay, well, we're going to be discussing why people check their phones and are people willing to give up their phone? Here's a good question. Have you ever forgotten your cell phone? Well, let's go inside to find Rebecca and maybe my phone. I still can't believe I forgot my cell phone.
I can't believe you forgot your cell phone too.
Has that ever happened to you?
Well, of course I forgot my cell phone at times, but you know, it's really not that big of a deal. Who cares? I just keep living life. No cell phone.
I didn't realize until today how much I need my cell phone, how much I can't live without my cell phone. Well, friends, what about you? Can you live without your cell phone? Let's get started with the first reading for the day.
How long could you last without your mobile phone? The bank found 82% of those surveyed access their bank accounts at least once a week. 31% log in at least once a day. But the study is full of other findings. 28% of respondents said they could do without their phone for about a week. In contrast, 24% said they would feel naked without it after 24 hours.
Hi everyone, welcome to Language Lab. I'm Michelle. 今天要来看的第一个重点是 bank account 这个名词。account 在这里是指账户，所以 bank account 就是指银行账户。例如 ，you can access your bank account online. 你可以在网络上去使用你的银行账户，或者是 Sandy has 2 bank accounts with the local bank. One checking account and one savings account. Sandy 在当地的银行有2个账户，一个是支票账户，另外一个是储蓄账户。 继续我们来看的是 respondent 这个名词。我们看到这个字里面有 respond 反应或者是回应这个动词，所以 respondent 在这里是指问卷或者是民调的回答者或回应者。例如 the respondents of the survey were mostly females， 这个问卷的回应者多半是女性，或者是 over 50% of the respondents reported side effects。超过50%的回答者回报这个治疗会产生副作用。
All right, let's go back to the top now and look at this together. The bank found 82% of those surveyed accessed their bank accounts at least once a week. Now, there's a great phrase here we'd like to look at together. The phrase at least. This means you are doing something at a minimal of a certain amount. So how else could you use that sentence?
Oh, that's a very good question. I'm glad you asked, Gabe. Oftentimes when I hear this word at least, I think of water. You need to drink at least 8 cups of water a day. Do you do that, Gabe?
Yes. Yes, I do. And I eat at least 3 meals a day, and sometimes an afternoon snack, a mid-morning snack, and even sometimes a midnight snack.
Okay, Gabe, I think we're getting a little carried away. You could also say that some people feel like they need to check their email at least 5 times a day.
Well, how often do you check your Facebook? At least 20 times a day? I thought so.
And talking about Facebook, this reminds me of the next phrase that we want to talk about in the next sentence. It says 31% log in at least once a day. Now we want to talk about this phrase log in because oftentimes when I hear the phrase log in, I automatically think of Facebook or maybe even YouTube. Maybe you have a YouTube account that you need to log in, and of course, email.
All right, so what kinds of accounts do you have? Even a bank account. You can log in online with your password and your username. Okay, usually you have to have a username and password to log into something. Okay, so how often do you check something? You need to log in. You could say, hey, could I log into your account? I need to check something real quick.
Exactly. So there are so many ways you can use this phrase. Well, let's continue on with our lesson, which says, but the study is full of other findings. Now, this is another word we'd like to talk about. Here in our lesson, when we say the word findings, that's actually referring to the results. So in other words, the study is full of other results.
Now, of course, if you're doing research, you've conducted a survey maybe, and you might get some results. You would call that the findings. When you might say the findings were surprising. I didn't expect these results. They are surprising findings.
Exactly. Well, continuing on, it says 28% of respondents said that they could do without their phone for about a week. Gabe, do you think you could do without your phone for a week?
Rebecca, I'm doing without my phone today, and I think that's long enough.
Yeah, you're having a hard time, aren't you, Gabe? Well, anyway, this is a great phrase, do without, and we're going to take a closer look with Liz.
Hi there, friends. My name is Liz, and let's have a closer look at this sentence. 28% of respondents said they could do without their phone for about a week. The writer is saying that 28% of respondents said they could go through about a week's time without needing to use their phone. Notice the pattern in today's sentence. Someone can or could do without something. You can use this pattern to talk about how someone could try to not need or use something. For example, let's say you're trying to plan a family vacation and you want to let certain family members know they won't be able to play computer games for several days. You can say, do you think you can do without your computer games for a few days? Or, we can do without a calculator because we have Ted and his math is good. One more thing. The phrase can or could do without something can mean something is annoying. For example, it was fun being at the mall, but I could do without the screaming kids. This phrase is used like this most often in spoken situations. And that's it for today. I'll see you next time.
Thank you, Liz. Okay, everyone, what kinds of things could you do without? What could you survive without? Well, in our next sentence, it says, in contrast, 24% said they would feel naked without it after 24 hours. That's an interesting thing to say.
In contrast.
Well, feel naked, but yeah, let's talk about that phrase first, in contrast. If you use this word contrast, that means you're comparing something to something else. You're seeing how different they are.
For example, you could say, Julie is an old, grumpy grandma. In contrast, her daughter is very thoughtful, bubbly, and cheerful.
Oh, nice. Or how about this? Tommy is improving in math. Peter's grades, in contrast, are getting worse. Or you could say something like, your house is so dark. In contrast, my house is pretty light. Now, sometimes we use the phrase by contrast as well, and I think you can kind of use these in similar ways.
Exactly. Well, I wanted to give you one more example using in contrast. You could also say, Sophie is a very serious student. In contrast, her roommate loves to have fun and doesn't take her studies very seriously.
All right, so in this sentence, we're contrasting the previous sentence. 28% of people said they could do without their phone. And in this sentence, in contrast, 24% said they would feel naked without it after 24 hours. An interesting phrase.
Let's pause for just a moment.
Yes?
And we need to talk about this phrase, feel naked. Oh, no.
Well, Rebecca.
What exactly? Do you want to talk about this phrase, feel naked?
Yeah, not really. I mean, the word naked is in this phrase. Basically, if you feel naked, you feel kind of vulnerable. You feel like you need something very important. Of course, we all need our clothes, right?
Yes. Yeah, well, that is definitely very important. If you don't have clothes on, yes, you are naked, but we're not talking about that type of naked at the moment. We're talking about the feeling of feeling vulnerable, as if you are missing something. For example, I love to wear earrings every day. It's something I just do naturally. However, whenever I don't wear earrings, I feel naked. I feel like I'm missing something.
Good example. You feel like you're missing something. Or maybe you are a performer of some kind. Often performers will feel kind of naked. That means everyone is watching what they do. Maybe there are some people who are very critical, and after you perform, you might feel naked. Maybe after you give a speech and you feel like it didn't go so well, everyone knows your deep secrets now, you feel kind of naked.
Exactly. And so our lesson is saying that some people feel naked if they don't have their cell phone. I bet you're one of those people, Gabe, aren't you?
I'm realizing and finding out that I am one of those people.
Well, in contrast to Gabe, I actually feel quite free when I don't have my cell phone.
Well, that's just wonderful. Friends, we have a lot more to learn right after this. Hi everyone, welcome back to Studio Classroom. I still can't believe that I left my phone at home today. I never do that. I never leave the house without my phone. I guess there has to be a first time for everything. Well, today's lesson has been very interesting. We have already learned that 24% of those surveyed in our lesson said that they feel naked without their cell phone after 24 hours. Wow. I guess I might fall into this kind of category if I'm not careful. If I don't have my cell phone, I do feel kind of naked and so lost. Well, this survey is full of other interesting findings as well. Let's continue with our reading to find out more.
How long could you last without your mobile phone? 45% would be willing to give up alcohol to get their phone back, and 34% would give up chocolate. More men than women, however, would give up the chocolate. Among millennials, ages 18 to 24, a phone is more important than social networking sites, a car, television, deodorant, and a toothbrush. Despite new laws against mobile phone use while driving, 38% admit to checking their phone while behind the wheel.
OK， 接下来我们看的是 millennial 这个名词 ，milli 这个字首有1000的意思，所以 millennial 在这里是指千禧年前后出生的人。例如 millennials no longer get entertainment from TV, instead they use the internet。千禧年前后出生的人已经不是从电视中取得娱乐，而是从网际网路。millennial 也可以当形容词，例如 The millennial generation is well-informed and creative。千禧年出生的世代是消息通达又创意十足的一代。这我们看的是 behind the wheel 这个成语 ，wheel 在这里是指轮胎或方向盘，所以 behind the wheel 是指手握方向盘或者是在驾驶。例如 ，Once you're behind the wheel, you should know where you want to go。一旦你坐上驾驶座，你就应该要知道自己要去哪里。或者是 Nancy is a completely different person when she's behind the wheel. Nancy 一坐上驾驶座就立刻变一个人。And now let's go back to our teachers.
Well, let's move on to the next section of our lesson, which reads, 45% would be willing to give up alcohol to get their phone back, and 34% would give up chocolate. Now, more men than women, however, would give up the chocolate. Now let's talk about this word, or phrase, I should say, give up.
Yeah, give up. That means you're willing to do without something. So for example, our friend Carolyn, she is a vegan. She doesn't eat meat. I don't think I could give up meat for more than a couple of days. I love meat.
That's a very good example. You could also say, would you be willing to give up chocolate for a month? Oh, hold on just a minute. I've got to take this call.
Rebecca? That's my cell phone. Oh, you had it this whole time.
Well, would you be willing to give up alcohol and chocolate to get your cell phone back?
Of course I would. Here, you can take this alcohol and this box of chocolates.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Here
you go. And here you go.
Gabe,
Yes.
This is maple syrup. And this chocolate box, it's empty.
I know. Friends, right now it's time for us to enjoy another SC challenge. I got my phone.
Gabe, I can't believe you didn't.
Gabe here with the SC challenge. Are you ready for the SC challenge? And I'm here with my friend. What is your name?
Hi, I'm Eric.
Eric, are you up for the SC challenge?
Yes.
One of the key words from this week was the word alcohol. Many people have different opinions about alcohol. Can you use the word alcohol in one sentence?
Alcohol is bad for our health.
Alcohol is bad for our health. I think many people would agree with that. What about you? Are you up for the SC challenge? My precious. Oh, well, we continue reading here. Among millennials 18 to 24, a phone is more important. Wait a minute. I'm a millennial, Rebecca.
Wait, hold on just a moment, Gabe. So you fall into the category of being between 18 and 24?
Well, no, but maybe I'm confused about what a millennial is. Hey, let's take some time with Stephen Can in the Info Cloud to learn more about this.
Whether you like it or not, you are being studied.
That's right. Know it or not, as a member of your particular generation, you are the subject studied by sociologists, advertisers, economists, and politicians. They can guess, with accuracy, things like your work ethic, your preferred communication style, your attitude towards family life, your spending habits, and even how you will vote.
In America, one of the most influential generations, the baby boomers, came into being just after World War II. This generation is often described as one that has redefined or all out rejected traditional values. They're relationship focused and technologically challenged.
The generation born between 1965 and 1980 is called Generation X. This generation tends to be adaptable, creative, skeptical, and self-reliant.
Generation Y, also known as millennials, are those born between 1980 and 2000. Millennials are very adept at using new technology and tend to be very goal-oriented. They also have the reputation for being job hoppers.
Some are calling the generation born after 2000 Generation Z. Though they're still young, one thing we can expect from them is that they will have more friends and acquaintances from more ethnic groups, races, and religions than any generation before it.
美国人的人口研究将现代人分成到几个不同的 generation 世代。如果你是在2次世界大战后跟1964年之间出生，你就是个 baby boomer 婴儿潮世代。如果你是在1965年跟1980年代之间出生，你就属于 generation X 世代。年纪更小的人，如果你的出生时间介于1980到2000年之间，你就是 Generation Y 世代。这个世代也叫做 Millennial 千禧世代，他们大多数是 Baby Boomer 的儿女。年纪更小，在2000年后出生的小朋友，现在也有了他们的世代的名称 Generation Z 世代。这就是今天的 Info Cloud， 我们下次云端见。
Thanks, guys. Well, let's look at the last phrase of our lesson, which says, behind the wheel. So here's a question for you. Who's behind the wheel?
Good question. That means who is driving. And if you are behind the wheel, then don't look at your cell phone like this guy is doing, and don't drink alcohol when you're behind the wheel.
And that's a very good reminder. Well, right now we're going to review today's lesson with a review skit and then visit Linda in the editor's summary.
Access! Oh no, what's the matter?
I can't go on. I'm not going to make it.
What do you need access to? Do you need some water? Some food?
No. Access to my mobile phone. I can't live a day without it.
That's ridiculous.
No, it's not. Nearly half of the people surveyed said they can't live without a mobile phone.
That is just nonsense.
The need for a cell phone ranks higher than TV and coffee.
Really?
Yes. Check my bank account.
On your phone?
Yes, I log in about once a day. Access, please.
I could do without my phone for about a week.
Not me. I feel naked without my phone.
Naked? That's silly.
I would give up alcohol and chocolate. I need my phone.
I would never give up my chocolate.
I'd give up my car, my TV, my deodorant.
Whoa. Please keep using your deodorant. You can use my phone. Oh, wait. I got a call. I got to take this.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, it's a beautiful day.
Access!
We are continuing our article on how long people can go without their mobile phone. Today we see that Bank of America found out that 82% of the people they surveyed access their bank accounts at least once a week via their mobile phone. I thought it was surprising that 31% access their accounts at least once a day. But these are not the only findings. The survey also found that 28% of people said they could go without their phones for a week, while 28% said they would feel naked without it after only 24 hours. People are willing to give up alcohol and chocolate before their phone. And millennials said that their phone is more important than social networking sites, deodorant, a toothbrush, a car, and more. And you know that there are laws against using one's mobile phone while driving in the States. But at least 38% of people admitted to checking their phones while behind the wheel.
Thank you, Linda. Okay, friends, make sure you reread today's lesson.
And be sure to join us next time right here on Studio Classroom for another exciting lesson.
We'll see you then.
宇宙浩瀚，知识无穷，华视教育文化频道。
亚洲最大流行音乐盛典，第26届金曲奖开始接受报名，报名期限即日起至104年1月9日止。特别贡献奖推荐时间即日起至104年5月15日止。详情请上文化部影视及流行音乐产业局网站。让我们一起共创流行音乐新高峰。
Be English， 这个英语怎么说 ？A. How to say it in English? B. How do you say it in English? 今天 Be English 的题目是说这个英文怎么说？这个同学们常常用到的，对不对？你在学英文啊，你有很多不会讲啊，比方说蜡笔怎么说，铅笔怎么说，水彩怎么说，苹果怎么说，很常用的一个句子，对不对？这个英文怎么说？因为你正在学嘛，你一定会常常问人家报纸怎么说，对不对？电视怎么说？这个卫星怎么说？你一定会常常用到的。But unfortunately， 但是很多同学每一次都会说错。好，我们看一下今天的选项，你选对了吗？这里有2个选项是说 How to say it in English， 另外一个选项是 How do you say it in English？ 同学们是不是都选第一个？对不对？好，诚实承认 How to say it in English， 这是很直接的，因为英文怎么说 How to say it in English？ 但是请同学们记住，英文跟中文是不一样的，这个不叫句子，主词在哪里？主词啊，对不对？主词没有啦，不见了。How to say it in English？ 谁是主词？没有，没有主词嘛，所以这句话根本就不成立，它不是主词啊，所以你不能这样问人家，你不能说这个英文怎么说，要用说 How do you say